I'm Carolyn Hancock, and this is Letters from Japan. Can I learn another language or two? But before we go into the language, we did go back to the Fujisan area, Lake Yamanakako, on September 2, 1995, loaded with no common sense and 2 sleeping bags. We took the north route into Yamanakako. The scenery on the drive up was beautiful. Going through the greenery of the mountain areas so close to the crowded, dreary cities sometimes seems unreal. The funny thing, passing school children walking home after school, they all wore hard hats. We guess because of possible traffic accidents on mountain roads. Driving time to the lake was about 4 hours, but we had an extra 2 hours of missed turns, detours, and a lunch stop. The lunch stop itself was kind of neat. Nice little cafe in the middle of a small town in the mountains. We were the only customers. Place your order and Mom and Pop go in the back and cook it up. Couldn't be better. Fujisan is frequently covered by clouds or fog, but was visible and awesome. We had hoped to rent a sailboat at the lake, but no go. There were a lot of the tourist paddle boats and the windsurfer boats on the lake. The rental sailboats are the boat kind, not the catamaran type. Dallas Cowboys in Japan? Well, sort of. We had dinner at Dallas Cowboys, a wonderful country and western place in the heart of Japan, playing Reba and everyone we like. Dinner is cook it yourself on the grill built into the table. A plate of thin sliced beef and huge pile of veggies. Wonderful. With full tummies, we decided to stick with the plan. Sleep by the lake, on the ground, no tent, sleeping bags only. Well, crazy, yeah. We were awake a long time, firecrackers and fireworks all around the lake. It wasn't a bad night. The weather was clear and cool, but probably not my choice to do again. Just a little too stiff in the morning. Bill decided to start back home early, beat the traffic. We took the south route home, the same direction we took in May on the bad weather trip. 3 hours driving time, quite different from the 7 hours last time, maybe with a few bypasses that weren't visible before. Have we done anything else exciting since July? Yeah, I think every day brings at least one new and usually difficult thing. Sometimes I don't telephone anyone and don't go outside just so I won't have to contend with or confront anything new. Just stay in and paint. That's probably a luxury kind of day for me. I'm trying to arrange a trip to China now, but opted out for an English-speaking agent. It's too difficult getting Chinese information from a speaks. Saturday, September 9, 1995, and a long episode about languages. Bill's schedule has been hectic at work, then busy on the computer every night at home. It seems all of our free time activities center on the computer. Probably that's the way of the future for everyone. My schedule is also busy. Daytime is painting, English language students, and the usual housekeeping stuff. At night, I usually study Japanese. We may be here longer than we originally thought, so knowing the language makes daily life easier. Also, one of our neighbors who works with Bill is Saudi. His wife is very nice, but when we first met, it was impossible to communicate. She spoke zero English and ditto for my Arabic. About the first of the year, she began to say a few English words when we passed in the lobby. My impression has been that her life is very secluded here in Japan, with no Japanese and little English, restricted to walking distance shopping. She wears the traditional Arab full covering of face and body. I asked her husband if it would be okay to exchange Arabic English lessons with her. We arranged that and started the first week we were back in July. My intention was not so much for me to learn Arabic, but to help her with English and give her an outlet. On one of his trips to Arabia, Bill had obtained a conversation textbook showing Arabic and English side by side. With that in hand, we started. She seemed to really enjoy learning and the contact. It's been evident that she studies and has quite a vocabulary now. Her husband told Bill that she had hated being in Japan, but now she loves it here. Maybe I helped. My Arabic is still very limited. I don't study outside of our study time together. It just seems too much to concentrate on Japanese and Arabic. It has been very helpful, however, having her help with Arabic pronunciation. I usually feel palsied trying to get some of those sounds from the back of my throat. Back to the reason for writing about language learning. Today I wanted to change a student's schedule for next week, which means a telephone call to a house where only the student speaks English. 50-50 chance she won't be home when I call, so plan ahead what I'll say, how I'll ask that she call me back. To get the full impact of this story, please compare a 2-minute conversation in the States. May I speak to Mie? She's not here. Would you ask her to return my call? Compare that to a 30-minute preparatory research and 5-minute limping conversation in Japan. Most of my books had no equivalent to, quote, leave a message. Finally, deciding I would just have to read it, I dialed the number. And this is the dialogue. Mom. Moshi moshi. This, I know, means hello. Me. Konnichiwa. Mie onegai shimasu means good afternoon. May I speak to Mie? Mom. Something I don't know, but apparently she's not there. Me. Sorry ja. Kochira ni denwa o kurai yu ni et kudaisi masenka. And that means, well then, could you please tell her to call me? Most of those I know, the English equivalent, putting the sentence together, is the difficult part. Also difficult trying to roll strange sounds off your tongue. Mom, hi, hi. And she said something else, I don't know what. Me. Wakiramasen. That means I don't understand. Domo arigato. That means thank you. And that was the conversation, hoping that Mie got. Well, Bill worked a few hours today. When he came home, I related the story to him with one addition that's one of those, you had to be there. In the midst of reading my sentence, at the point of kudasai, Mom-san started saying, hi, hi. Bill said my reading was probably hurting her ears, and she was indicating, okay already. We just rolled. But it worked. Mie called back tonight, and we worked out a schedule. The reason for the schedule change, yesterday the doorbell rang and I heard, "This is Seiki, open the door." Seiki-san is the owner of our building and not a casual visitor. I had given his wife an invitation to my art exhibition, and she told me at the grocery store the other day that they had gone. He also said that they had gone and that my pictures were very good and that, quote, "Tangs Are Coming" was a good Japanese title. Then he said, "Sumo. Does your husband like sumo?" Seiki-san has tickets for first floor, 4-person cushion seating. Does my husband have free time? Since we spent 5 hours getting tickets for second floor seating, I demurely say that I'm sure Bill would enjoy going. Then the surprise clincher. I'm invited also. He explains we will leave here at 2, go in his car to Yokohama Station for a 2:30 train. The odd thing, before leaving, he asked, "Tangs are coming. Is it here?" He obviously wanted another look. Meanwhile, Mie and Yuko have their rescheduled English lesson, and I was dying to find out what her mother said about my Japanese message. Well, she's impressed, thinks my Japanese is very good. Last time English-only message, now speaking Japanese. She apparently had no idea I was just reading it. I leave you with my thought for the day. Language is hard. Communication is not.